So welcome back into the trade room, giving you my recap of trials from week 3 from a Supercoach perspective, having a look at the players that featured over the weekend, having a look at their points tally, how they went in the limited minutes that they did have. We did see a lot of sort of first team starters play this weekend, which is really cool. Whereas at least a half after 60 minutes, 70 minutes. I don't have the minutes in front of me, like PSA straight up, but I do have like the points and their stats in front of me as well. I'll give you a little bit of a breakdown from the 6 games over the weekend. Who were the winners and the losers of trials in week 3, and do they impact any sort of thinking that we're sort of having heading into Supercoach for round 1, literally 1 week away, less than 1 week away at the time of recording on a Sunday night from the Vegas games being complete. So just less than 2 weeks now from the main sort of draw getting underway. But if you've got Cowboys, Dragons, Bulldogs, Knights that you're looking in your team, you better lock them in less than 1 week time. But obviously those 4 teams did not play this weekend, so these trials shouldn't affect really too much on what you think of those players. But you may be looking at a player now from these trials just over the weekend that may actually be replacing one of the 4 teams that are playing in Vegas there. But without further ado, I'll break down the 6 games for you. Again, massive shout out to Arman Talks Supercoach. He has done put up all the Supercoach scoring in a spreadsheet for his Patreon members and also the Insight Patreon members. I am in the Patreon Insight Supercoach group, which I find very handy. Yes, I do pay for it monthly, but the guys, Brano, Matrick, and Whisperer, shout out to those guys. They are a huge help in getting Supercoach up and going for the season, whether it's stats, whether it's players to look for, and Aman is a big help for that as well. He does not have to do this at all, but it's such a massive help to do this, especially my podcast, other podcasts, and just overall helping with Supercoach as well. So let's get started. I'll talk about the main sort of relevant players that we're looking at here. I'm going to start with the Warriors and Dolphins game with my boys, the Warriors. Apart from being pretty sort of slack defensively, I thought we were pretty soft. Attack, I didn't think was too bad. It's very interesting to see how this attack is looking. Again, no one really played 80 minutes in this team. I'm not sure how many minutes a lot of our players did, sort of starting 17 or 19 did actually play in this one. A really sort of interesting one, I think, is Wade Egan. Apart from obviously scoring the try, he had a try assist in there as well. 17 tackles, a tackle break, had a offload in there as well. I'm actually just going to zoom out a little bit on this to see if I can see everything. Excuse me, I should have done that beforehand. And one more. That's a little bit zoom. Anyway, I'll get down to this and I'll just have to scroll across. But another one, Wade Egan scored 72 in this game, 72 points, scored a try, had a try assist as well. Someone that is, if I just quickly look up, wow, I'm really prepared for this podcast. My bad. I think he's around the mid 400k. He's definitely a bit of a pod heading into this year. 527k. The only problem I have with Wade Egan is definitely the fact he just cannot get out of his own way. He's too tough for his own good. Gets an injury, cops a HIA. For me, it's just a bit too risky. The minutes are there. He's going to play at least 60, 65 and play an influential part of this Warriors attack. But as I said, for me, I just think it's just too much of a risk. You feel like every single week that he's playing, you're running the risk of him copping a HIA or him getting injured. DWS scored 67. That is with 2 tries though, so nothing for me. This is really interesting. A guy that no one has talked about heading into this season, and he is currently... should really have this up on 2 tabs. 529k as a fullback. Now, as Charles Nicol looks at 60 points in this game, had a try assist, 9 tackles there at fullback, a tackle break, had an offload there as well, a line break, and a line break assist, had a few runs in there as well. What I will say, Luke Hansen and Tanner Boyd were in the halves. I would expect Harris Tavita to be there in round 1, but it was interesting that quite a lot of attack did actually go through C&K, which I actually wasn't expecting. One I thought was actually quite surprising for me. So sort of interesting watch, I think, for round 1. I don't think he's someone that you can actually start in round 1, but again, was actually quite interesting to see. Maybe he gets back to his old ways. He knows he's under pressure with Tane Talkbicky lurking there with him, wanting that fullback spot. Aaron Clark, 36 points, 12 tackles, solid as always. I don't know how many minutes. I think he just played the first half. Couple tackle breaks, lots of runs in there as well. What did he have? I think he had 26, 36 in base and power, which is pretty extraordinary, especially if this in one half. This cheapie's just popped up over the weekend, about 290k. It's Jacob Laban. The word around town is he will get the starting right edge spot for the Wars in round 1. So if we obviously have plenty of cheapies in that Choraf, whether it's Josh Patson, Cooper Bai, Lasati. Now we've got Jacob Laban. I have doubts now about Lasati. I would be getting Jacob Laban, and a guy that can score a try, made plenty of tackles, 20 tackles, just a 1 miss, 3 tackle breaks. He's going to have a few offloads in there as well. Plenty of runs in there as well. I think he had 39 in base and power there for Jacob Laban, which is pretty bloody solid, considering he probably would have played the first 55 to 60 minutes as well. Just going through as well, Leka Halasima. If you're someone that's looking at Leka Halasima, I would be avoiding Avoiding, avoiding, because it sounds like he will be off the bench with Laban starting now, coming on as a sort of like a X-Factor utility, where it's in the middle, where it's on the edge, where it's in the centers. He's not going to get the minutes that you're hoping for, not going to get an 80-minute role, just the 13 tackles there in the minutes that he played, not too many runs at all, just the 23 points in that game there. Don't think there's anyone else too sort of relevant there for the Wars. Obviously, Harris Tavita did not play. Tane Torpik, it was pretty good though. I will say if he does grab that fullback spot for the Warriors, I think it is a very interesting player to look at potentially, because I do think he can be quite an X factor in this team here. What a Tane Torpik. He had obviously a try assist in this one here. 27 in base and power, which is pretty good for Tane. I think he just played the second half as well. But very interesting to see that chance. That's a very interesting one for me. But there's not too many Warriors players, honestly, heading into the season that are actually Supercoach relevant. 1, because Luke Metcalf isn't there. 2, I feel like Aaron Clark is pretty peak price. You know what you're going to get from him. It's just solid as a rock pretty much every week. I think Isaiah Yo is probably a better option than Aaron Clark. And I think Wade Egan, if you're going to pay 520k, you may as well just pay the extra 60k just to get Harry Grant. A guy that's literally so freaking solid, does not tend to get injured too often. Wade Egan, we know what happens with Wade Egan. You're just never sure every single week whether he's going to get injured or not injured there. Crossing over to the Dolphins. Man, this guy is just elite. 103 Supercoach points here. Trey Fuller scored a try. Had a try assist, 15 tackles in this one here. Just the 2 missed here, 6 tackle breaks as well, 2 line breaks, 2 line break assists, 7 runs under 8 meters, 1 run over 8 meters. He had just 28 in base, but 40 in base and power. But in fact, he scored 103 in the minutes he played. It's pretty bloody incredible. The word around town is he is not going to be fullback in round 1 for the Dolphins. Christian Wolf has not ruled out a chance of him playing center or wing. He would only ever play center in for Jake Averillo, which the rumors came out this afternoon on Sunday that he may be linked to the Dragons, which is very, very interesting, especially preseason as well. Maybe that is something that can happen. Does he become an option in the centers though? I think it's a sit and watch, honestly, if he's going to play in the centers, but sounds like Hammer will start the season at fullback. I would not be shocked if it's not working a few rounds into the season and they put Fuller at fullback and Hammer in the centers. Hammer has played center in Origin and he absolutely kills it in my opinion. So again, still 103 Supercoach points. If he was starting round 1, I think he would be a must-have fullback option for a lot of Supercoaches. Selwyn Throbo, 59 points, also known as Selwyn Cobbo. 1 try in there in the corner there. Just the 3 tackles. I mean, he's a winger though. He played a little bit of left wing and right center, which is interesting. 4 tackle breaks there. 1 line break for his try. 9 runs under 8 meters. 3 runs over 8 meters there. Base and power of 32. With his try there, again, played pretty limited minutes. I think he played about 50 minutes or so, hopping between left wing and right center. But again, I think he's 520k to start the season. If you're someone that's probably looking, you can either go the dual, like left sort of left sort of pairing role with Herbie and Selwyn Cobbo. Or if you're looking to fade Herbie and you still want a piece of this Dolphins attack, 100% go for Selwyn Cobbo in my opinion. Izzy Katoa, 53, had a try assist. Didn't think he was too bad in this game. 19 tackles for a halfback is pretty bloody elite. Had a couple runs, had a line break assist in there as well. Just, what did he get? 21 in the base there. And ended up with 53 all up. I just think he's too high priced to start the season. And with the new scoring, I do think it hurts him more than it actually helps him. Tom Flegler off the bench, guy that's what, 320k in Supercoach, 26 tackles. Again, pretty much played the second half there. He had just one missed tackle, 2 tackle breaks. He had three offloads, a few runs under 8 meters, 5 runs over 8 meters there. 30 or 50, in base and power for Tom Flegler. Holy freaking dooly. In limited minutes. Only thing I have with Flegler is he is 346k, sorry. It's just the minutes he's going to get. He's going to be starting, I think, off the bench for a lot of games to start the season. I don't think he'll make a bit of cash though. I think he'll make about 100k. But then, for me, it just gets to a really awkward price. If he gets to around 400, 420k, do you hold him and hopefully gets to 500 and then you can trade to a better option? Or, like, do you downgrade to a cheapie that's coming? Do you upgrade, spend 200k? It's just that kind of, like, that weird sort of mark there where I'm not sure really what to do. At the moment, he's not in my team to start the season. And another guy I'll touch on, it's got to be Herbie Farnworth. Just the 30 points in this game here. I think he just played the first half. Didn't do a whole lot. He was pretty quiet, but the fact he was pretty quiet and only scored 30 points, I think says it all. What do you have here? He had a couple tackle breaks. He had a few offloads in this one there as well. 7 runs under 8 meters, 1 run over 8 meters there. 30 in base and power for Herbie there. Just the one half though, I think he played 50 minutes or so. Pretty bloody impressive when you look at that. Score a try on top of that. He's scoring his 80 plus week in, week out. 36% owned, I think Herbie is at the moment, which is fucking extraordinary considering he's 820k for a CTW. However, he is the most popular, not the most popular, but the most expensive for a reason. At the moment, I am starting with Herbie. I just can't watch Dolphins games. That Dolphins attack go down the left and not have Cobbo or Herbie in my team. It'll just cause me nightmares. You just know what you're going to get week in, week out. Even, as I said, he was quiet in this game, I thought, and still they scored 30 points. They went down the left quite a lot. And if Jake Averillo is going to be the starting right center and he's off to the Dragons apparently, why would they go right? It makes Asako not a good option there on that right wing. I would just be fully attacking that left side 100% for the Dolphins. All right, spent way too much time in that game, 13 or 12 minutes. I'm going to sort of rattle through these pretty quickly. Tigers and the Panthers. I mean, there's only really one guy I mainly want to talk about, and Walker Makasini. Holy freaking dooly. Before I get into his score. Oh, Jonah Lobby, but in rugby league, oh my goodness gracious me, for 18, 19 years old. Oh, what a sensation Makasini is going to be in our league. I really hope the Tigers continue to sign him and hold on to him. It would suck if he gets poached by another club because the Tigers need to hold on to this guy. He's going to be the left winger there at this moment for a freaking long time. Gives me Tuiaki vibes, gives me Eric Grove vibes, gives me John Olomi vibes. All of the above mixed into one. He was absolutely incredible in this game. 34 base and power. Obviously scoring that try there. 2 tackles, 2 missed tackles, 7 tackle breaks there. 1 offload, 3 line breaks in the game. 8 runs under 10 meters, 2 runs over 8 meters. 34 base and power, but 3 freaking line breaks on that left side. He has to be starting there in round 2 for the Tigers. I was in doubts whether he would be there in round 2 with Luke Lilly rumored. He obviously had a solid game as well. You got Gerald Skelton there as well, but Makasini has to be there for round 2. I would be beyond shocked if Benji Marshall does not pick Makasini. If you're looking for a cheapy CTW, he has to be in your team. Has to be. Luke Lalili, his replacement guy, one try as well, scored 70 points, so he was pretty solid. Adam Dewey, 52 points, scored a try assist. Coles as well, 16 tackles in this one here. 2 missed tackles, 2 offloads in this one. Had a few runs there as well. 30 in base and power for Adam Dewey, or don't we? A guy that's going to be a little bit of obviously a pod 7. Maybe guys flocked him as a little bit of a cheap option. Maybe we look to upgrade him from Sanders or Atkinson to Dewey there. Potentially an option. Maybe he's going to make a little bit of cash there. Let me just quickly check his price. I think he's around the 400k option, if I can spell his name correctly. 550k there. Probably a little bit too much for me, considering Sammy Walker is, what, 80k more? And I know who I'd rather probably go with. Taylor May, 41 points there. Very solid there. On the left, once again, I don't think he actually even got that. He didn't even get that assist for the Makasini try there. Just 6 tackle breaks for Taylor May, 2 line break assists. He had 5 runs under 8 meters, 3 runs over 8 meters, 25 in base and power for Taylor May. Guy looking pretty bloody solid there on that left edge, left next to Makasini. Similar to the Dolphins, if you're looking at Cobbo and Farnworth, and maybe you want a dual sort of pairing and you're not going those two, maybe you can look at Taylor May and Makasini. I would be owning at least one of them. The only issue owning both is obviously the round 1 buy is pretty off-putting. You're going to have to look at playing one of the cheapies, if not 2 of the cheapies, in the first round. Not that it massively matters, it's just round 1, but could prove pretty vital. He was in my pod episode I released a couple days ago. Just going down this list here. Jerome Luai, 17 points. Not too bad. Not really talked about too much in regards to Supercoach options. For the Panthers, top 2, CTWs. Bizza, 64 points. Obviously scored that line break try, which is pretty bloody elite there. 10 tackle breaks is that? Oh my goodness gracious me. 10 tackle breaks for Bizza. He is a machine. 8 runs under 8 meters, 3 runs over 8 meters, 39 in base and power for Bizza with that try. Paul Alamotti, 55 points, scored a try there as well. Should be lining up on that right wing, I would have thought, for the Panthers there. Maybe Bizza goes to the left. I'd say Alamotti goes to the right. Seemed to work pretty well in the finals last year. Isaiah, 50 points, solid as a rock, 37 tackles. I think he played about 55 minutes in this one here. Just the 1 missed tackle, 1 tackle break, 6 runs under 8 meters there. Solid as a bloody rock, 50 in base and power to go with these 50 points. That's what you're going to get from Isaiah week in, week out. You might sneak in the odd try there as well. A guy that's absolutely everywhere. Had him in my pod episode as well. Isaiah Papali'i, 46 points, 29 tackles in this one. 1 miss, 3 tackle breaks. He was absolutely everywhere, I thought, in this game. Had plenty of runs, 4 runs under 8 meters, 4 runs over 8 meters, 46 base and power for IPAP here. He played, 50 minutes once again on the edge, looking like a very little cheeky pod option if he retains those minutes as well. Blaze Talangi, again, a pod option that I am looking at. Try assist, 43 points there in this one. 20 tackles, just the 2 mitts, which is a massive improvement over last week. Had a tackle break, went for a few runs there as well. 31 in base and power for Blaze Talangi with his try assist. Who else have we got? Lindsay Smith, no. Lauren Patea, no. Dylan Edwards, 21 points. Again, I think he just played the 1 half. Pretty quiet in this one. Didn't really feature too much. I think he's literally 1% owned. Not for me to start the year, even though Nathan Cleary probably won't be there. Speak of the Devils. Nathan Cleary got sin bin in the first half. Just played the first half, 38 minutes I think it was when he got binned. 13 points to go along with his sin bin. So 21 before he got binned, or 23 with the penalty conceded. Didn't really do too much. He had that try assist. Actually wasn't a try assist according to the new stats, which is a bit of an eye-opener, definitely for sure. Didn't really do too much really in this one here. Just 8 tackles, went for a few runs here and there. Obviously had that sin bin there as well. A guy, if he's going to get suspended 2 games, Panthers are fighting it. I would not be starting with Nathan Cleary in my team. I would be looking at other options. And going by what we saw in the weekend, I know who I now want in my team. Sharkies and the Raiders. I'm mainly just going to talk about the Sharkies here. Not a lot of Raiders players to talk about here. Just relative players. Sione Katoa apparently got injured in this one here. I'm not sure what is happening for round one. 69 points in this one. Nice. One try in for Sione Katoa. 7 tackle breaks. The 1 line break for him to go with a try. 8 runs under 8 minutes. 8 runs over 8 meters there as well. What I really noticed about the Sharkies is they went right a lot. And I would say as due to Ronaldo Mulatalo being out, and Sione Katoa actually was injured to start the year last year, and that meant a lot of ball went left. So it was really good for Ronaldo and KL Iro as well in that game. But 69 for Katoa. I'm not interested in Katoa. I may be actually interested in Ramian if Katoa lines up in round 1, but I don't think he is now. Nico Hines, 63, which is probably meh, considering it was an absolute blowout. I think he played about 55 to 60 minutes in this one. Had the 1 try assist, 3 goals, 1 miss, 12 tackles, 2 missed tackles, 2 tackle breaks. He had 2 line break assists, 4 runs under 8 meters, 3 runs over 8 meters there. Altogether for... Not sure, the base and power stats aren't there. Aman, what is doing there? Sorry, pal. You could probably work it out, though. That would be line break assist. Take away 2 of those, so 12. Take away... So it's probably got about sort of 35 in base and power for Nico. Did think he looked to sort of run first, which is good signs. But in a blowout like that, I probably wanted to see maybe a little bit more for Nico. Maybe we will. Who else we got? Sammy Stonestreet, 54 with a try in this one here. 5 tackle breaks to go with his try. 1 line break to go with his try. 7 runs under 8 meters. 3 runs over 8 meters there. Not too bad from Sammy Stonestreet. KL Iro, 52 with a try assist there in this one here. 7 tackles at center. 1 tackle break for him there. 11 runs under 8 meters. 3 runs over 8 meters. Look to run the ball quite a lot. But again, on the attacking inside the red zone, I don't feel like they didn't really try to go left too much. The other one, Jesse Ramian, just spoke about 1 try for 51 points in this one here. Thought he was pretty impressive. Looks very, very fit in a contract year as well. 2 tackle breaks, 1 offload to go with that one. 1 line break for his try, and 7 or 9 runs all together. Who else we got? Braden Trindle, 50 points. Britton Nickera, cheeky little pod, I think, on the right edge there. 41 points there. Had a try assist to Jesse Ramian. 14 tackles there on the edge for 1 missed. 1 offload there as well. Just 4 runs from Britton Nickera, which is a little bit of a shame. I probably want a little bit more of an uptick before I get into that one. Jesse Colquhoun, just the 38 points in this one. 31 tackles, 2 tackle breaks, went for 6 runs the whole game. Now, Jesse Colquhoun being widely talked about because he is sitting at about 332k. Thing with Jesse Colquhoun is I get he's playing the first 67 weeks. But if he's going to put up scores of 40 to 45 every week, he's only going to make, 80k, really? And for me, that's not a lot. Not a lot. He's not really a guy that feels like it's going to be touching 50 plus points, at all. Just feel like he's going to plot himself away around for, 30 to 45 points every single week, which is very interesting. If that's the case, I'm not interested. He's not in my team at the moment there. Not someone I'm interested in. Blake Brayley, 29 points. I think he just played the first half in this one. 27 tackles. 1 tackle break for him in this one. Didn't go for too many runs, which is interesting in this one here, but I think he was just sort of getting in there and getting out there. Honestly, just a bit of match fitness to get it up. And that will pretty much do it for the Sharkies. Not many players too relevant when it comes to the Raiders. Like no half starter. I don't want to take Tamale, 30 points. I think he just played the first 50 minutes. Zach Hosking had an absolute shocker in this game, just quietly. But I'll move on to the Roosters and Eels game because, oh my fucking lord. One guy I want to talk about in this one here. That is Sammy Skywalker. Sam Walker. Holy dilly. Literally just played the first half. 112 Supercoach points. I think that is the highest Supercoach points we've seen all preseason for the amount he played as well. His stat line. 1 try. 2 try assists. 3 goals. 1 missed goal. 19 tackles. 6 missed tackles. 4 tackle breaks. 1 line break. 2 line break assists. 140-20, 4 runs, 1 error, 27 in base and power, but 112 points. Mate, he is currently in my team. I think he's 680k, mate. 680k, and you're putting up 112 points. I get it, it's just a trial, but in one half of footy, what I noticed, this is a big watch for me, how it's going to go with him and DCE. And the DCE just took a complete step back, which, if you're looking at Sammy Walker, is exactly what you want to see. The last thing you wanted to see is 50-50 or DCE trying to dominate the game. This is Sammy's team. It's proven that Sammy's team. Trent Robinson has said it is Sam's team, and 100% proved that. All the ball went through Sam Walker. The only thing I kind of saw was when he scored that try, DCE was in the outside of him, but he literally just dummied and went himself. He had that try assist to Angus Crichton. He had that try assist off the first kick. He looked absolutely unbelievable. He looked like a man out there. He looked unbelievable, just controlling this Roosters attack. I thought the Roosters attack actually looked pretty clunky, and he still put up that. Just think when this attack actually gets going, how good they're freaking going to look. Sammy Walker is in my team. If you're someone that's had Cleary, you're not starting with Cleary now, I would be looking strongly at Sammy Walker or potentially at Jaden Campbell. But for me, after what I saw, not to overreact to a trial, but Sam Walker has to be in my team. He's not going to do that every single week, obviously, but far out. He looked unbelievable in this trial. 112 points in the one half he played. Unbelievable. In my team. Next up, Gus Crichton scored a try in this one off a beautiful Sammy Walker pass. 19 tackles. Very interesting game for Gus Crichton, because I thought he had a few shaky moments. He had 3 errors. But man, he looked pretty elusive to offload all the time. 2 tackle breaks in this one. He had 2 offloads, 1 line break here. Went for 9 runs. 41 in base and power for Gus Crichton, and I think just over a half as well. I'm not sure how many minutes he exactly played. Siwa Wong, a guy that I looked potentially at the start of the season, 58 points, 35 tackles, just a 2 missed. No tackle breaks, but 1 offload in there. Went for 12 runs, 58 in base and power for Siwa Wong in this one here. I'm very intrigued to see how his minutes look now that Reece Robson is out for the first couple of weeks. For me, he's probably going to get relegated to a bench spot when Victor Radley comes back in week 13. Oh, sorry, not week 13. In like round 6 or 7. Does that mean Siwa Wong goes to a lock role? Or does Blake Steep stay there? I'm not quite sure. Have to wait and see. Naf White, 54 points. Thought he was very solid. 24 tackles in there as well. 2 tackle breaks, 2 offloads in there as well. Went for 10 runs as well. 54 in base and power. All for Naf White there. Ioli, 39 points. If Robson was out longer than like at least a couple weeks, I'd be looking at Ioli, but I'm just not. Connor Watson, 37 off the bench. Just don't know of his minutes. James Tedesco, Teddy, 25 points. Was pretty quiet in this one here. Just played the first half, I think. 4 tackles, 4 tackle breaks. Went for 6 runs in this one here. 22 in base and power for the one half. Obviously, he's pretty reliant on attacking stats, but for the one of the most expensive players in the game at, what is he, 870k, excuse me. Not someone I am looking to start with there. I think there is better options a little bit cheaper. Marky Mark, Nwangani Sawase, 22 points. Thought he was pretty rough around the edges in this one here. Had 3 tackle breaks, 1 offload here, had a few errors. He had 2 errors. Had 10 runs, 26 in base and power, but again, someone I think is going to be pretty reliant on tries this year. If you are someone that's looking at DCE, he just scored the 14 in this one here. He was very, very quiet. Really didn't do a whole lot in this one here. On to the Eels. I thought they were pretty impressive on their edges, man. Isaiah Yongi, 76 points, 1 try assist. He had 5 tackle breaks, 1 forced dropout in there. 3 line break assists, 17 runs, 36 in base and power for Yongi. I think he's 650k Yongi, so very close. Maybe a little cheeky pot option. I think he loses a little bit of cash. Mate, if he starts putting up tons, I think he's going to be pretty relevant. I'm just intrigued to see how this Eels attack looks. Sean Russell, 62 points. Very cheeky pot option. Maybe looks like he's going to get that starting left edge role there instead of Brian Kelly to start the year. 1 try assist. Looked fucking potent there on that left edge, I thought. Panasini 50 points, Brian Kelly 47, Jermaine Hopgood 46. I assume this is all in base. 27 tackles, 2 tackle breaks, 7 runs in net. Yeah, all base and power for Jermaine Hopgood there. 46 points. Very, very solid, I thought, from Hopgood. The only issue I have with the Eels forwards is there are so many good ones. I'm just worried about how many minutes he actually gets for the Eels this year consistently, week in, week out. We saw 2023, he literally had capabilities of playing 80 minutes. I just don't think there's any need for Hopgood to be playing 80 minutes this year, honestly. So I just don't see the massive value in going Hopgood. I just don't think you're going to be making too much cash. Consistent? Fuck yeah. But I just don't see the big scores that you're going to get from Hopgood week in, week out that we know he could. Jack DeBellin, 38. Very, very solid. I thought Jackie Williams, 40 points. Mitchy Moses, 34 points with a try. Very, very interesting. 1 goal, 5 tackles in this one here. No tackle breaks at all. Had a line break assist as well. Just the 9 in base. I get it. He's a halfback, but a guy that's going to be very, very attacking stat base for the Eels this year, I feel like. Jonah Pezzett, 33 points in this one here. It's 27 in base and power, which is kind of what I want to see with Pezzett. Gets the attacking stat on there. He goes 50 plus, which is what you want to see from a cheapie. Everyone is pretty much going to be starting with Jonah Pezzett, the most popular player to start this year. Who else is relevant on this list? Charlie Guyman didn't play too many minutes. Adokar, 27. Yeah, not too much else on that list there. The last game, I'll quickly do the South and Manly game. I don't have the full Supercoach stats from that one as of yet because I'm recording literally a few hours after the game finished. Let's touch on this Storm game briefly because a few guys I want to talk about the Storm. Munster, 59 points, 1 try assist, 21 tackles, 1 tackle break, 1 forced dropout, 2 offloads for Munster, went for 10 runs. Don't have his base and power yet there, apologies. This guy, Stefano Uto-Ikamanu, a guy that's very intriguing to me to start this year. I think he's about 510k. Mate, to the eye test, I thought he looked unbelievable in this game. For a trial, I get it, but I thought he could really pass the eye test for me in this game here. Just looked to really put some effort in, which is what you want to see. 24 tackles, 7 tackle breaks, 1 offload, 12 runs he went for, just conceded the 1 penalty, but that is 60 in base and power there for Stefano. Don't know how many minutes have played. I guess about around 40 to 45. But mate, that was incredible. I thought he looked everywhere. If you can get 60 points from week in, week out, he's going to be a very good option. Going to make a bit of cash, but going to make about 80 to 90k, close to 100k. If he gets a couple of offloads in there as well, he just had the 1 offload, but I think he'll look to expand the offload game this year. If I can try and find the cash, maybe he's a little cheeky front row second option for me to start the year instead of maybe like, I really do want Tino, but maybe instead of a Tino. But a logo, another talking point. Guy, that's what he's the, because he's in my team, 511k. I thought he looked pretty good on attack, looked pretty potent, scored the 1 try, just 45 points, but 1 try contribution. But what I saw in attack is past the eye test for me. 4 tackle breaks in this one, went for 10 runs as well. He's not a guy that's going to get you 300 run meters, but man, he passed the eye test for me in attack. Looked pretty involved inside the red zone, looked pretty like potential to score tries as well. So yeah, pass the eye test for me. I'm happy to start with him. Scored 45 in the first. I think he just played the first half there. So yeah, I will be starting with Sua for a logo. Moses Leo, bit of an interesting talking point. 44 points, had a try assist. I thought he scored a try. Maybe he got pulled back in this one. He had 11 tackles where he played, 3 tackle breaks, went for a few runs there. As well, had a line break assist. Maybe he had the assist, to Hugo Peel. Now, Moses Leo has popped up because Xavier Coates is going to be out for the first 3 months of the year. I am all for Moses Leo. Absolutely all for it. The only worry I have is the Zach Lomax situation. If this court case comes out, which I think is after, it's either just before round 1 or just after round 1, and Zach Lomax ends up at the Storm, mate, it completely disregards Moses Leo because I'll get Lomax straight in there considering the coach situation. I don't think Leo is fully cut up yet for first grade. I get it. He's hardly played first grade, but Mate, if Lomax gets signed there, he's straight into this team without a doubt, in my opinion. And that's the worry I have with Moses Leo. If gets, but this is the thing with Moses Leo. If it gets to after round 2, Lomax isn't there, you can trade in Moses Leo, and if he has a really low break in the minuses, you can get him in, and you're not paying any price for him whatsoever. It's an easy downgrade if you need to, or one of these other cheapies don't work out, like a Firemoney. You can get him straight in there at no cost whatsoever. So for me to sit and watch with this whole situation with Lomax and Moses Leo, Harry Grant 23 just did his job really. Same with Blake Brayley. I'm happy to have him in there. Didn't really have to do too much. 25 tackles, 2 missed. Didn't really run the ball too much. But again, happy to really start with Harry Grant in my team. Going to be a guy that's going to be playing at least 65 minutes every week. No Jerome Hughes in this one here, so just happy to take it with a grain of salt. I will be starting with Harry Grant, most likely to start the year. Who else have we got in this list? No one. Or what I want to talk about is, where is he? I don't even see his name on there. It's going to be Lasati. There he is. Sorry, he scored 45 in the end. Wow, 32 tackles. I'm not sure how many minutes he played. He had 5 missed tackles. He went for 12 runs. My Lasati thing is he was on the left edge, and that's another guy I'll talk about. He started on the left edge. Now, I have no idea what's happening with Sean Bloor. Absolutely no idea. I don't know if he's injured. I don't know if there's field sort of stuff happening. It is a sit and watch me for round 1 next week in TLT. I have absolutely no idea. I would have thought if he was starting on the right edge in round 1, he would start on the right edge in this game here. I just thought if you're getting a new player in next to Hughes, I get he didn't play this game, but someone just to get used to the position where Katoa was, I would be putting the guy who's starting there round 1 in this trial, which was Joe Chan. And honestly, if you talk about Joe Chan to Lasati, who passed the eye test more? Mate, it's Joe Chan. He made 24 tackles, but he looked very good on attack. 2 tackle breaks, went for 9 runs in this one. I get Lasati went for more, but Joe Chan just looked like he had a chance of scoring. He's 310k, which is a very awkward price. Very awkward price for Joe Chan there. You'd want him to know the minutes he's getting there on that right edge. I've been burned by Joe Chan before. I know a lot of others have been before. Just a very interesting watch for me heading to round 1. I'm not confident Lasati is going to get a starting spot in this team after what I saw, but one to look out for sure, definitely. Gold Coast, mate, they look unbelievable. I thought Arama Howe, I don't know if he's going to get a starting spot, but fuck, he was incredible in this game. 88 points. Bo Fermor, cheeky pod option. Mention him in my pod episode. If you haven't gone and watched my pod episode from Saturday, make sure you go check it out. He scored 70 points in this one, scored a try, 27 tackles in this one here, 6 tackle breaks for Bo Fermor, 1 line break to go with his try, 7 runs, 1 error, scoring 70 points. Now, what I want to quickly check, I'm pretty sure his average with, let's see how quick I can do this. Sorry to do this on the go, guys, but just to see how quick he does this, I think I'm going to have to log in. I just think his numbers when he's got AJ Brimson there at 5'8" are very, very good. I'm going to have to log in. I will do that another time. But I just think his numbers with AJ Brimson, I heard are very good, like over 80. Little cheeky pot option. If you're not looking at Gus Cryan, you're not looking at Zay Yo, you're not looking at Tino, have a look at Bo Fermor. Just see what you think, because he is looking fucking awesome, I think. He's looking very fit. And AJ Brimson looked very good last night as well. Fine Mining, one of the cheapy CTWs, he scored a try for 58 points. Honestly, I feel like I wasn't that impressed. He had 5 tackle breaks, though. Went for 18 runs. He just seemed so quiet in this game. I'm not sure how many minutes he played. Feel like I was watching this game. Feel like I didn't hear his name much, but it could just be me. Happy to put my hand up if I'm completely wrong and like he wasn't involved, but just feel like he wasn't that involved. But if he's not involved and scores 58, I'll take it every day of the week. I think he scored that try for kick as well, so take that away, 41 points. You take that for a cheapie, he's going to be making cash. And 2 other guys I want to speak at. 3 guys. So AJ Brimson, 48 points, 2 tries, 20 tackles. Didn't have any offloads. Just went for 1 run, but man, he looked freaking awesome inside the red zone, passing off to Bo Fermor. Forgot his other try assists, but he looked pretty good. And I think he's about 580k in that 5'8" role there. Had it full off season, now in the 5'8" role there. No Kieran Foran in there. Jaden Campbell next to him. Looks like he's going to do a lot of wonders on the Josh Hannay as well. So if you want to pot up at the start, go for it. I want to sit and watch for a couple more weeks. If he's looking good after 2 rounds, I will be getting him in. And then 2 other guys. Tino, I'm not sure how many minutes he played. Tino, 1 try assist in this one. Just a 15 tackles for him in this one here. 7 runs. Didn't really do too much. 34 points. Again, we know what Tino can do in the game though. Jaden Campbell, the other player, 33 points. 1 try assist. 11 tackles in this one for him there. When 1 offload, just went for the 1 run in this one there as well. Not too bad. Like, didn't do too much. Felt like a lot more of the attack went through AJ Brimson, which is interesting. If you're comparing JC to Nico or Sammy Walker, I would be going Sammy Walker out of those 3. 2 cheapies. Let's go 2 cheapies. Cooper Bye, 33 points. Not sure how many minutes he played. He had a line break in that second half, I know. I'm not sure of his minutes. I'm not sure if he's going to get the starting 13 role. If he does, I think he's a good option as a cheapie. Josh Patterson went off with the HIA in the first half and failed it. I think that's like nearly 2 weeks in a row. 18 tackles in the time he played. If he lands that starting right spot, I think he's definitely a good cheapie. But man, the HIAs are not helping anyone's cause. And then the last one, Keanu Kearney, 18 points. I think he just played the first half. Didn't really do too much in this one here. Went to 13 runs in that one there. Again, he's very attacking base. He's not someone that's going to get you like 26 runs, 300 meters every game. He's going to be a guy that's get you try assist and tries as well. But for 495k, you'd be pretty silly not to have Keanu Kearney in your team. All right, heading on to the man of the game. Now, what I will say, I'm looking on Fox Sports here for these numbers that Supercoach has. These are the old Supercoach sort of numbers. They haven't updated it because they use Supercoach is using NRL stats. Fox Sports just have like their own sort of Supercoach stats, right? So they are a little bit different. Start with Souths here. Sort of relevant players. Jai Gray, just a 19 points. Again, don't know how many minutes he played. Latrell Mitchell scored a try off a kick, 54 Supercoach points in this one here. Didn't have a, 1 try, 4 goals in this one here, 48 meters, 48 run meters. He had 9 tackles, 6 runs, no line breaks, no line break assist, no try assist either. So 54 is pretty bloody solid. 4 goal kicks as well. I feel like that's the least you're going to get from Latrell. He scored a try, but looking pretty bloody good. Stretch, good old Campbell Graham. I think that right edge is looking pretty underrated in my opinion. 65 Supercoach points. Obviously had that line break try as well. 13 runs for 118 meters. Looking pretty good in that one. Cody Walker, 68 points in that one. Had a try himself. He had 7 runs for 101 meters. Looked pretty good in that one there as well. 3 line breaks for Cody Walker. Absolutely tore Souths apart in this one. Cheese, 37 Supercoach points. Again, don't know how many minutes he played. 25 tackles. That's what you want to see him getting busy in the game. Had a line break assist as well. Very solid option for the 235k. So a very good option to start with on the bench there for Cheese. Kalamatangi, again, I don't know how many minutes these guys play. I actually didn't watch this game, just seen the highlights. 43 points for Kalamatangi there. He had 13 tackles, but a lot of runs. Kept very busy in that one there. David Fafita, literally 5 minutes in, went through a mat, just busted a couple tackles. It was absolutely electric. 47 points in this one here. Obviously, with that line break there, 13 tackles went for, 13 runs. Went for 8 tackles, was very, very busy in this one, which is good, what you want to see from Fafita. 24 points from Cam Murray. Who else have we got in this list that's relevant? No one there. All right, and let's finish off with Manly, because this has been a pretty long episode. Not too much I want to take on Manly, because none of the Turbo brothers played. What do you have? 25 from Garrick, 37 from Lehigh Hopawate, 23 from Fogarty. These are not really. Paseka, 40 points, not too bad. 10 runs, 21 tackles, not too bad from Paseka. I'm just worried about his minutes, how much cash he's actually going to play. Jape Sinkin, 24 points. It's a pod little hooker option if you're looking at it. Who else have we got there? No one really, I think, in Manly is a massive sort of Supercoach relevant player, I guess, to start the year, unless you're looking at Turbo, but he didn't play in this one here. But that'll do it for me in this episode, guys. Going through your trial recap from week 3, your winners and losers. The big winner for me has to be Makasini and Sammy Walker in this one. Loser, I've got to say Lasardi. I'm just not sure what position he's going to play. I'm really concerned, and maybe another, not a really a loser, but I guess I've kind of cooled off, I guess, on Nico. When you're winning, what was it, 46 to like 6, I'd probably expect a little bit more points from him. I get he only played, I think, 55 minutes. Just wanted to see maybe a little bit more from Nico. I get it, he looked pretty good with the ball in hand, but yeah, just want to see a bit more. And another loser is going to be Leka Halasima, surely. Coming off the bench now, it sounds like for round 1. If you're looking at Leka, he's not going to play 80 minutes on the edge. He's not going to get the minutes you're looking for. Get Jacob Laban in. You're spending 120k less, 130k less for Jacob Laban, a guy that's going to be starting on the right edge, a guy that can score tries as well. I actually have a lot of belief in Jacob Laban. I think he's earned that round. I think he's earned the edge spot there as well. So yeah, I'd be looking at Jacob Laban. So in terms of changes I made for my team in regards to heading into round 1, a few ones that have gone off the trials. Sammy Walker, as I said, is in this one. Going from the trials, I actually didn't speak about the World Club Challenge stats. Now, I don't think I have them in front of me. No, I don't. But a guy that's actually in there now for me is Shibasaki. Thought he looked pretty bloody good in that game. And I thought Sewer was pretty good in that game against the Storm there as well. So a couple winners, couple losers. But let me know in the comments what you thought of week 3. Who else is in your team now that you saw from the trials that you're going to get now? Who is not in your team anymore that you saw from week 3 and you just weren't impressed by whatsoever? But that'll do it for me. Thank you so much for watching and listening, guys. Remember to go check out my pod episode from yesterday. That'll do it for me, and cheers.